coming in today.
Thank you.
I trust that you found the place all right.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, wonderful. How are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Really well, thanks. So, first I'll give a little rundown on what exactly we're here for. So here we are interviewing you for the assistant to the director of social media for EdAid. The purpose of today's interview is to assess your qualifications for the position, as well as kind of inform you a little bit more as to what the position entitles. We'll get started with just going through 4 questions, or maybe minor follow-up questions, depending on responses. Do you have anything that you would like to add, or questions or concerns?
No, that sounds good.
Good to hear. Okay, so first I'll just set the stage. Here at EdAid, we're introducing a new campaign with new social media software available to teach college entry-level freshmen conscious consumerism. What would be your strategy for promoting this campaign?
I would say going individually and understanding the programs that are already in place for students and teachers, and sort of meeting with them to inform them in a more of a casual way on like how it could benefit them as well as benefit, the materials and the world. And so, yeah, I would say personal acknowledgement of what's going on and like how we could help.
Wonderful. Could you maybe give a specific example on how you would outreach to the educators or the students?
Yeah, I'd probably start online doing research about what schools in the area or things like that, and then through social media or like maybe a video that could go around. Like I know a lot of students are on Facebook and things like that.
Something viral would be great.
Yeah, for sure. Just to like have people see us before we actually start going out there and like talking individually.
Lovely. I like the idea of setting the stage.
Yeah.
We'll just move along to our second. You would be in charge of 2 campaigns at the same time, possibly. So for this scenario, one of your campaigns is oriented towards high school students, and the other campaign more towards elementary students. How would you go about managing these 2 campaigns at the same time?
I would say making a plan ahead of time, like sort of a timeline of how and when we will do what we're set out to do. I would say it definitely takes, those are 2 different age groups, so they will respond in different ways to what we are presenting to them. So maybe delegating tasks, like getting a group together, like I said, creating a timeline of like when and how we want to do things is good. Yeah.
Excellent. And that kind of will piggyback to our next company question, and that is, so the company is moving forward on a new social media platform that you have no experience with. How would you handle this?
I would reach out to other people that I know might be better equipped with that sort of software, or just do a lot of research on like how that software works. Maybe there's like online tutorials or classes to take. Yeah, just to get familiar and comfortable with it, sort of just messing around and trying to figure out how I would solve the problems with the technology.
Practice, practice, practice. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
for sure.
Yeah, nothing like getting your hands dirty.
Mm-hmm.
So in the case of internal organizational conflict, how would you address the conflict in cooperation with management?
I would say communication is huge. Like as soon as there's seems to be some sort of problem or like a kink in like how things are working, sort of proposing how to change things or like just have open discussion. That's why I think I've been in situations where we have like meetings every week to sort of and then gives a chance for people to give an update on like if there's something that needs to be changed or like what we're doing well on. Just sort of upfront and open communication like constantly is always important.
I like how you touched upon open communication, because that is a real good way of solving a lot of conflicts. But how would you maybe engage, we'll just take this question a little bit further, with maybe social loafing by a coworker towards you if you were like collaborating on a project?
Yeah, I would say before you get into a project situation, it's important to lay out the consequences before things like that happen. But if there are not already like policies on social loafing or something like that, probably again confronting the person on what they are doing and maybe they're not aware of it, something like that, and then sort of starting back from the beginning on how to delegate the tasks more clearly, and maybe give consequences if necessary.
Marissa, I must say I really like how you're upfront about how you direct towards all of these, as well as how you're able to prioritize them. That's very useful, especially when it can be a little overwhelming when it's a whole campaign and there's a lot to do. Before we move on, is there anything else you'd like to add, or questions or concerns that I could help clarify?
Not yet.
Okay. So now I can tell you a little bit more of the company. EdAid is a nonprofit organization that provides materials to students and educators to create a conscious culture of consumers. We are passionate about sustainability and advocating for the planet at large. The position that you will be applying for is the assistant to the director of social media, who would be reporting to the director of social media strategy, which is Nora Fogarty. If hired, you'd be working closely with her in developing new social media campaigns and projects. Do you have any other questions with any of this new information?
I would say, do you guys have like regular meetings, or like what's the dynamics with like amongst employees?
Amongst employees, we do have regular weekly meetings, as well as the ability to work at home, which is nice too, with a lot of the social media, to have a quick response with regards to our public or troubleshooting problems with our webinars and things of that nature. So the work and home life can be kind of hard to juggle, but not too bad because it's at your leisure.
Okay.
As far as the home aspect of it.
Yeah.
I just want to conclude this by saying thank you again for coming in today. You can expect to hear about the position 1 week via email, and you did very well in this interview. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks for having me.
Pleasure.